Today, I'm going to be talking about the discovery of two different dishes from the past. These dishes were very significant to history because the common folk could afford the ingredients for these two dishes very easily instead of having to buy unnecessary expensive ingredients. The first dish I'm making is a carrot and turnip soup. It was popular by the common folk in the early 1800s. First, you have to prepare by chopping up all of your carrots and turnips into little pieces. Then I poured my carrots and turnips into the butter, and then I let them cook a little bit for about 10 minutes before I added in my water or vegetable stock. Now you're going to have to use a little bit of patience because you have to wait for an hour. When your hour is almost up, chop up some onions into little pieces. Then, after your hour's up, add in all of those onions and stir it around for a bit. But then you have to wait for a whole other 2 hours until it's ready. After those 2 hours, add in some salt and cayenne pepper, just a little bit. Then stir it really well, and you're nearly ready to serve until it cools down. I like how it has a rich, earthy feeling, but it's not too overpowering. And I like the little bit of spice, but it's not too spicy. And the texture, it isn't the most appealing thing, but it does taste really good. So I give it a 9 out of 10. This was a recipe I was able to find that was published in the Cook's Oracle at 1817. Next, I'm going to be making eggs and potatoes. This was a really common dish because the ingredients weren't that expensive at the time. First up, you have to chop up all of your potatoes into cube shapes. Then, very carefully spoon your potatoes into very hot, bubbling oil or lard. Let it sizzle until it becomes golden brown. While they're cooking, chop up some more onions into thin strips. Then, you can sprinkle on some dill and even lemon juice if you could afford that at the time. Then, very carefully spoon your potatoes into a bowl with towels. Then, you reuse your oil or lard and put it in a clean pan. Then you can spoon your potatoes into that pan to cook them off again with some eggs. Carefully put your eggs into the hot oil and potatoes. Then you can stir it up and let it cook. It won't take that long for your eggs to cook, maybe just a couple minutes tops. Then add in some salt and stir until your eggs are fully cooked. Then you can spoon all of that onto a plate and you're good to go. Now I'm going to try it. The potatoes and eggs are really good. I can taste the eggs and the potatoes. Even though it's more oily than I usually like to have my food, it's still really good, and we drained most of the oil. And let's try the salad, just a little bit of it. Having it with the salad does make it better, in my opinion, because the onion adds a little spice, but it also adds a little freshness, especially with the lemon, and it's really good in my opinion, much better than I expected. Very good, because there's a little bit of sweetness, but savoriness, a little bit of crunchiness, but with a little bit of a refreshing part. I would give this dish a 9.5 out of 10 because I really liked it. I couldn't find an exact original reference, but this is what I gathered from various sources in my own words. This video is fun to make because I love cooking and I got to learn a lot about our history, and it just tastes a lot differently from the food that we had today. I hope you can try these recipes so you can get a little taste of the past. I hope you enjoyed this video.